Hello, I'm Dori Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix and on all our shows via podcast. Just go to My Joy Online podcast and search for your favorite show and relive those moments all over again. Only on Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
All right, it's the AM show, and we're going straight to the news review with myself and Nima. Okay, what's tickling you?
Nothing. I'm just looking forward to your review of the Daily Graphic as always. It's the highlight of my morning.
No, but you know, I actually offered you the Daily Graphic this morning so that you do the Daily.
I don't remember, but anyways.
Should I hand it over to you?
No, it's fine. You can have your 11 minutes.
No, I'm not going to have 11 minutes. What time is it now? Let me see.
It's 6:35.
Okay, so yeah, I'll try and do it this quick. Let's start. So on the front page of the Daily Graphic, fighting Galamsey Menace, Lands Ministry warns foreigners. So the Ministry of Land and Natural Resources has warned of stiffer punishment for foreigners who sneak into the country to engage in illegal mining activities, popularly referred to as Galamsey, with the connivance of some Ghanaians. Essentially, they're saying that there's been a resurgence, or some people have gone back, or there's been a resumption of Galamsey on a much larger scale. Okay. So the warning follows a revelation that the recent invasion of restricted mining areas has a large number of foreigners, Chinese, Ivorians, Togolese, Malians, among others, who are defying the laws of the country to continue the degradation and pollution of water bodies. Okay, and that story, you can read some more on that story on page 3. I have a full story there. Now let's go to page 16. And 50 million cedis earmarked to restore Upper West roads. That's the roads minister.
Again, Israel, what does earmarked mean?
They've set it aside, allocated.
So it's ready to go?
Not ready to go. Usually when they say it's earmarked, yeah, we intend to spend so much. But yeah, okay. We'll have to go through some processes and find the money often. So you have to find the money to make it available. Okay. Because it's you didn't budget for it. Something happens, so you have to deal with it. Okay, KNUST begins vaccine trials for typhoid fever. And okay, so on page 18, which is the politics page, we loyal to NDC 10 members advice. And Gandangbe's demand renaming of Greater Accra region. And the story has it that the people of Gandangbe in the Greater Accra in the eastern regions have appealed to government to change the name of the Greater Accra region, which is the administrative region of the country, to Gandangbe region. So for them, they want the demarcations of the proposed Gandangbe region to include Yellow Krobo, Manya Krobo in the eastern region, Agwatsime in the Volta region, and Ewutu in the central region. Okay, that looks like it's going to be quite extensive. As at a news conference organized by the Gandangbe Tahuloi, Gandangbe Warriors and Defenders, the leader of the group, Reverend Ni Kole Komodo, and the Gandangbe people had learned, said the Gandangbe people had learned from the shining example of the people of Ashanti, Bono, and Ahafo regions on the theme equity, not merit. So they feel that if we have Ashanti region, we have Bono region, we may as well have Gandangbe region. So that's their call. Now we go to page 23. Bono East gets tough on COVID-19 protocol flauters, and we've been talking about how the Bono East region has been doing quite well when it comes to insisting on the protocols and enforcing the protocols. So
it'll be interesting to see what the numbers are in response to the measures that they put in place.
We probably should get into it. Do a quick check on that. All right, PAC calls for more powers to sanction erring officials as a public accounts committee. Access to information to be extended to private institutions, the RTI Commission. And academic work resumes on campuses. So that's good news.
Great stuff.
Yeah. And on page 28, GES distributes remedial materials to schools. So the Ghana Education Service has distributed over 446,954 remedial materials to final year senior high schools, libraries, and teachers in preparedness for this year's West Africa Senior school certificate examination for school candidates.
Which is ongoing.
Yeah, it has started. So I'm wondering, I'm thinking it's quite late, you know, in the day for the materials to be released, right? Because they needed the materials to have prepared for the exam. But when the exams have started, I'm thinking it's a little late. Okay, Kaleo Senior High School, Senior High Technical deboardizes students. Mass walkout from campus. Okay. How well am I doing on the time now?
You're doing really good, Israel.
Okay,
don't rush. Just take it slowly. Don't rush.
Okay, Methodist Church ordains 52 new pastors in Tamale.
Oh, wonderful.
And opening renewable energy space for private sector. Commercialize research findings to gain profit. That's messy. And 53% beneficiaries, 53% SNP beneficiaries receive less than 1,000 cedis.
Wow.
And that's worrying.
Yeah.
53% receive less than 1,000
Ghana cedis per
Ghana
month.
cedis per month. So it says more than half, 53% of the 233,670 pensioners on the Social Security and National Insurance Trust SNP payroll currently receive less than 1,000 cedis per month. That's the Director of Planning, Research, Monitoring, and Evaluation at the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, Mr. Ernest Amate-Vondi, has disclosed. And he goes on to say, out of this number, he said 1,669 people were on low pensions of less than 300 cedis per month.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. It also really speaks to how much people are earning in their lifetime, because your pension is based on how much you're able to earn.
Yeah. And how much you're contributing, actually.
Well, yeah, but it's kind of, I mean, it's deducted automatically.
Yeah, it is. But sometimes in setting aside the contributions, some companies decide that, okay, we'll leave out allowances. The conversation that we had not too long ago, leave out allowances. So if you leave out allowances, it means that
it reduces
how much is being contributed. So, yep. And we go to page 44, where we have the graphic business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting today. So they have highlights there. They will be going a lot more into it. So it says this edition of the STEAM breakfast meeting series will see patrons discuss how media and marketing communication can become the springboard for the revival and advancement of African businesses and economies in a post-COVID-19 era. It will bring together captains of industry, members of the business community, investors, and policymakers to discuss how media and marketing communications can spur the resurgence of Africa's economies after the pandemic. The event has the graphic news app, JoyNews, and the Labadi Beach Hotel as partners, and will be commencing at 7 a.m. prompt. So yes, you're getting everything here on the JoyNews channel right in the next hour or so. We'll be bringing it to you live. Akwaba Oil establishes with 1,500 metric ton oil refinery in the Western region. Okay, that's good. And then Stop False Exam League news. That's WAEC. So the West African Examinations Council is warning that any false information about the ongoing WASI will be detrimental to the integrity of the outcome and can hurt the future of the candidates. You know, there's been some claim that the exams which just started, there's been a leak, but the WAEC is saying that it's all false. And learn French. Deputy Education Minister urges the public. It's so true. We need to learn French.
They need to teach French better. That's another thing as well.
It's true.
Because it's so, what's the word? It's so theoretical that you kind of learn it, and then, because we did French from primary. Yeah. So if you're doing French every term, by the time you finish JHS, you know, you should be able to to speak some amount of French. I think even at Legon, it's one of the required courses, so you do some sorts of French. But it's still the je suis, tu es, nous sommes, vous avez, vous avez. You never know how to actually use those, you know. It's either that's why I wasn't a serious student, which is, I mean, just as.
I guess we're both in the same situation. I didn't take the French very
seriously.
Because like you're saying, probably because it wasn't that attractive.
It wasn't interesting.
The way they went about it.
Or maybe we should go to France and spend, I don't know, a year in France.
Maybe we should.
Are we too old to take a gap year? And so we're going to France to learn Ratual to do that. Oh, that's unfortunate.
All right, in sports, National Sports Authority advocates increased funding for sports. And this is an interesting story because it was just yesterday that I saw on Facebook. So there was a post where a headline that had, I think, Ghana Athletics Association or something, they were indicating that they had made a request for a budget, and the budget was slashed. They requested $30,000 and they got $15,000 or so, something to that effect.
Okay.
And then it turned out that when the Ghana Seoul Olympic medalist returned, they gave him $30,000.
Okay.
So in a car.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, why didn't you give it to the
Just-
team to prepare better?
As opposed to giving it to the winner. Yeah,
So-
that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, but I'll look for that post and I'll tell you more about it. And the GMPC card sold for $5 million facility at UCC. And the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation has cut the sold for the construction of a $5 million Law and Governance Institute at the University of Cape Coast. That's great. And Statistical Service launches post-census survey.
Israel, you know what I love about you? You outdo yourself every day. 12 minutes on the clock.
No, but there were several interruptions.
By whom?
You. We're having a conversation.
No, we were not having a
The show is all about.
Okay, Israel. Let's do the Ghanaian Times this morning. And on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, President tosses CJ's removal petition, says allegation raises no cause for impeachment. GSS to conduct post-enumeration survey of 2021 census from August 25th to September 14th, 2021. Watch WASI allegation. This is what Israel was talking about. No exam paper leakage. WAEC Paris claim. And picture of Mrs. Wendy Adilamte on the front. Public Accounts Committee Chair decries frequent flouting of financial regulations by public officials. Okay, let's dive into the paper now. Starting with page 3, Abesim murder. The human remains of victims have been transferred to Accra. So 3 people who were murdered in cold blood and kept in a fridge at Abesim in the Sunyani municipality of the Bono region. We talked about this extensively yesterday. Their remains have been transferred to Accra, presumably for DNA and testing and identification and all of that. So, okay, let's move on. Include persons with mental health and COVID-19 relief packages. And I mean, I say this all the time. It's not just, the COVID-19 relief packages. It's everything. It's the way we don't include people with mental health in everything, the way we don't acknowledge what they're going through and the pain that they feel and the fact that they even have mental health issues, So this story here, page 4, former president's son on trial over 2 billion tuna scandal. So that's the son of Mozambique's former president. And 18 others, they've gone on trial for 2 billion tuna bonds affair. So, well, it's more about blackmail, embezzlement, and money laundering. Some sad news in Tennessee. Flash floods killed 22 with dozens missing. We're doing stuff like this almost every day with these natural disasters. Operate health facilities under previous government. Ex-President Mahama to the government, and a happy birthday to Mrs. Dorothy Barno. She turns 93. She's one of the 4 surviving members of the 1948 year group of Wesley Girls High School. She celebrated her 93rd birthday last Monday. Happy birthday to you, and may God give you more life and good health. There's an editorial by Cameron Dodu. What at all does life mean? Gosh, I'm sure you've thought about that once or twice. President Akufo-Addo confers citizenship on Fletcher family. Okay, and they are survivors of the Tulsa, Oklahoma Black Wall Street massacre. Shraj suspends probe. ASEPA says this is disappointing and unfortunate. Of course, this has to do with the $5 million Chief Justice bribery allegations. Okay, moving on in the newspapers. The GVS has brought bird flu outbreak under control. So that's good to know. First bushmeat shop opens at Ajay Kojo. So for those of you who love bushmeat, and there's pictures, literally pictures of some of the animals. So, anyways, Middle page, GSS to conduct post-enumeration survey. Nuclear power plant poised to produce clean, safe, affordable energy. And of course, that story about the no exam paper leakage as well. Let's see if I can find something else that's interesting. Seek early treatment to avoid damage to eyes. So if you have eye issues, go to the hospital. Basically, Upper East RegSec have been asked to prevent prostitution. That's on page 23. So members of the Upper East Child Protection Committee last Friday appealed to the Regional Security Council to stop management of hotels, hostels, and drinking joints in the region from using their facilities for prostitution. Corporal King Adam, he was speaking, and he is asking that RegSec will close down facilities that continue to encourage students to practice prostitution. So that's what's happening in the Upper East. Good stuff there. Chief Imam Zongo chiefs eulogize Alhaji Kabori's mom. CSIR initiatives move to amend Act 521. Let's see, Glovo launches operations. Okay, MTN paid 2.6 billion Ghana cedis in tax to the government last year. Really, really budding industry, the Momo industry right now. We know that they're doing a lot more transactions and even checks and some, yeah. Okay, on the back page of the Ghanaian Times, work on solar-powered irrigation system takes off in Ho, and KTU ready to supplement affordable cement for Agenda 111, and of course that's the Kufuor Technical University. And how great it is to do the newspapers and not see anything about Hearts of Oak, huh? Life's little blessings.
All right, let's go to the Statesman. And on the front page, Baumia makes strong case for National Cathedral.
Have you paid your 100 cedis?
No.
I go to pay 100 cedis?
Not sure I'm going to do that.
My landlady asked me yesterday, but aren't you a Christian?
Oh, but that's not, what does it have to do with it?
No, I know, I'm following the line of questioning.
Ghana's crisis, Gabi replies Mahama. Roads Minister wants journalists probed over 25,000 cities and GHS to deploy AstraZeneca vaccines from next week. And MPP constituency delegates conferences underway in Kumasi. And we move to page 6 and initiate discussion on Ejapa deal, that's ASAP to government. And Abuja Pole expresses gratitude to President Kufuor, and insurance industry donates blood to school stock blood bank. And then on page 8, MTN scales up measures to tackle Momo fraud. And it's an interesting story that I like to share with you. Essentially, MTN has increased its efforts to protect customers against mobile money fraud, which includes blocking of devices across all networks. So they're doing it differently now. So previously, if you engage in Momo fraud, then they'll come up to your number and block your number and try and get you and prosecute you. But this time around, they say what they're doing is, if you use a phone, any phone at all you use to engage in Momo fraud, they're going to block the phone. So you can't use it on any of the networks.
Okay.
That means you have to, get rid of the phone and get another phone.
Okay.
Essentially, what they're trying to do is to make Momo fraud more expensive for the people who engage in it. Because if it was just the same, you can throw the SIM away and get another SIM. So yeah, maybe they should use that for those who go for Momo loans, MTN Quick Loans. So if you use your phone to engage in MTN Quick Loan and you refuse to pay, they should block your phone.
Well, yeah. I think they're a little bit...
I know people will not be happy with me. There are many people who are watching who
say that when you're going to send them money, shall I make you not send for my phone? Because I did, oh, yeah, I know, right?
So they will not be too happy when they say, what are you talking about?
What she talking about?
All right, and there's also this article on page 10, Mahama and Akufo-Addo, who does more with taxpayers' money? That's a debate. Van Vicker proposes Let's Fix the Country campaign for Better Ghana. Okay. Ghanaian actor Van Vicker has said that he is not for or against the Fix the Country campaign. He rather believes Let's Fix the Country agenda will work better for the country's development. I think it comes back to the same thing, fix the country. Okay, let us. So this time, let's do it all together.
Okay.
Okay, instead of fix the country, fix yourselves. That's interesting. Fix the country, fix yourself. Okay,
Let us, okay. So let's fix ourselves whilst fixing the country.
Yeah. All right, and gunmen released 15 more pupils abducted in northwest Nigeria. And what else? How watermelon reduces wrinkles and brightens the skin. Apparently, yeah. So it's all there in the Statesman. You can get to that. And on the back page, Lukaku, striker unplayable on second debut for Chelsea in win over Arsenal. Okay.
I want to talk about Arsenal for a second.
Right.
Because on the back page of the Daily Guide, so the Arsenal fans who got annoyed with Arteta and prevented him from leaving the stadium because they had lost 2-0 to Chelsea. They were annoyed because what? But I mean, they always lose. Like, what is there? What is there? You've been losing. Like, Arsenal fans have been losing since I was born.
No, they don't always lose.
They lose more than they win. How many times do you remember that Arsenal have won a match?
Oh,
Jaisa.
No, Arsenal used to be in the top 4 all the time. It's only in recent years.
Recent years, we mean 20 years?
Oh, no. I mean, just about 5 years ago, I think.
They've been whack ever since. The only good thing about Arsenal is that if you marry an Arsenal supporter, you know he's loyal.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that much you know. Anything else, I don't know. Anyway, not shading Arsenal fans, but anyway, the Daily Guide, let's do that quickly because we just have 4 minutes on the clock till we go to the sports news. So we'll be doing My Joy Online right after this. But quickly, Daily Guide, Abesim cannibal lured victims cooked for them, apparently. That's how he got them into his house. I wanted to do a few entertainment stories, so just going straight to that. Kumawood actors pay last respect to the late Eja Menu. And renowned music producer Kwame Appiah, widely known as Kwame Mickey, has heaped praises on Patapaa for his latest song with Wendy Shea. He said this is the first time that Patapaa has released a sensible song. Oh. So.
But we should get that song. I haven't heard that.
I have an echo. Can we have that song up so that for our listeners who haven't heard it as well? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm trying to find the name of the song. Okay, can't find the name of the song, but it's a collabo with Wendy Shea. Okay.
We'd love to hear it, Echo, so look for that.
Yeah, okay, so Paul Okoye's wife files for divorce. Paul is one half of P Square. Yeah. His wife, Anita. Okay, so Paul is also Rude Boy. Anita has requested the dissolution of her marriage with Paul. Part of the court documents came online last week, so that's what it is. And she's citing irreconcilable differences as the reason for that. And I'm going to end there because I want us to do My Joy Online quickly so that we can play you bits and pieces of that Patapaa song. So going straight to My Joy Online. Sorry, Israel. You would have had time to do the Finder if you didn't do 12 minutes.
No, I just wanted to do the front page of the Finder.
Okay, go ahead.
So the front page of the Finder, Institute of Local Government Studies cannot account for 7.1 million.
Hey! Yeah. What's a wow?
That's all on the...
I wonder what they used it for.
On the front page of the Finder.
That's interesting.
They said direct cash withdrawals in 2017 and 2018. That's the Auditor General saying that. Okay, so let's get to My Joy Online.
My Joy Online, okay.
You see the stories on the front page.
Okay, so $5 million bribe, alleged $5 million bribe, position taken by Shraj, petition against Chief Justice, correct. That's according to former Shraj boss, Emil Short. Other stories on My Joy Online. There is no space in the 2021 budget for dualization of roads. That's according to...
Agboja government.
Okay, great. COVID-19, Ghana's death toll rises to 974. Agenda 111, government is more than ready for an audit. That's according to Dr. John Kuma. Akufo-Addo has no respect for the laws of the country. Oh, that's the executive director of ASEPA. NPP can only be held accountable if voted out in 2024. Road crashes kill 357 people in Ashanti region within 7 months. And that's about it for My Joy Online. Do you think that Echo has the song?
Echo, do you have... All right. So roll. And okay, so we'll take this one and segue into into sports.
Segue.